Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Today, we are going to be reviewing and reading from our latest book, Chidi Igbo. Yes, so this book was written by myself, Nkemsinachi. I'm a certified Montessori educator, and Dr. Chidoo Ezika. Yeah, okay, so I hope that shows clearly. And Dr. Chidoo, is very grounded in the Igbo language. He has a master's and a PhD in translation studies with focus on English, Igbo English translations. So ultimately, this book was written for our children, as the main motivation and inspiration. They are within the 0 to 6, 0 to 7, 8 age range. And we wanted something that would allow them to be able to practice, learn the Igbo alphabets, practice them, and also learn Igbo words and begin to speak, because we speak Igbo, but sometimes you need to be more deliberate about Igbo literacy as well, not just the oral part of it. So I'm going to be going through some portions of the book with focus on the Igbo vowels. I'll show us basically how how to use the book. If you have your copy, you can always open and read along. If not, the link is in the description to get your copy on Amazon. This will make a very good holiday gift, Christmas gift for kids. So here we have how to use this book. Okay, so 5 main things to note. The first is the letter. So this is a vowel. The vowels are written in blue, which is typical of the Montessori approach, where vowels are written in blue and then the consonants are written in pink or red, just to make them stand out. And when you start talking to the children about vowels, it's easier to remember that. So we have it, and it has the lines you can use for tracing. So that is it. And you also have the pronunciation of that letter that is here. With the Igbo alphabets, the pronunciations match the sound, which is also good and makes it easier. So this says A. It's more or less like a transliteration using English alphabet. So the idea is that if you can speak English already, you can use this to learn how to speak Igbo if you haven't been doing that already. But even if you know how to speak it, sometimes teaching it is different, teaching our kids and being intentional about it. So this is that extra support material that you have been looking for. We also have a picture. Real life images were used throughout the book, just because for younger kids, especially 0 to 6, it's easier for them to connect to things that are real rather than having cartoony images or cartoonish images. So here, and then you have the English, the translation. So this is hand, and this is aka. Aka, so that's the Igbo word, and also how to pronounce it using English transliterations. So this is AH. Does it show? Sorry. Okay, you'll see it better on the next page. So another good thing we did, we also had like notes to parents on the book to make it easier for you to know how to use the book and even give you some ideas on using it. So we talked about vowel sounds, which are very helpful for producing sounds, pronouncing correctly. So there are, we have 2, 4, 6, 8. So 8 vowel sounds written here and how to pronounce them. So we're going to be going through 8 of them in this video. All right. I just hope you can see this clearly. Okay, so if you have your own copy, just read along with us. We'll start with the first vowel sound, which is A. Ideally, you trace this with your child. A. They can practice tracing this on the book. If you order your copy before Christmas, you also get our free printable flashcards. Just send an email. The email is in the video description as well. So A. A. Aka. So notice the tone marks up, pointing upwards. Aka. And that is for hand. Aka, so hand, arm, it's all together. So we can try to make a sentence with this. It's always good to put some life into it, right? Let it not just be something academic where they are trying to cram. Okay, Aka is hand, and they are translating. You also don't want to be saying aka is hand. That's why we have pictures that will, as much as possible, allow you to use it even without the English word, so that they are not picking the book and just reading at the bottom and skipping the whole Igbo letters and names, which is the whole essence of the book in the first place. But the English names or translations have been written for some of the words that maybe they are actions, and we want to make sure that even if you don't get it from the picture, you can understand what is being represented. So aka, you can say aka n'elu, so hands up, aka n'elu. And then hands down, aka n'ala, aka n'ala. So when your child gets to do those actions, they get involved, they get interested. Aka n'elu. So of course, the longer version is weli aka gị elu, but just focusing on the action, focusing on the word and the part of the body they are moving, you just say aka n'elu, aka n'ala. So they are also picking that elu is up and ala is down. Okay? So we go to the next vowel sound, which is e. Again, you trace this. E. Eze. Eze. See the tone marks? Eze. So that's the teeth. Now you can say something like metu ezegi, touch your teeth. I also have a nice teeth here. One of my favorite articles. You can also say sa ezegi. So let's do that. So one good thing with having physical items sometimes is you can now use this in 2 different languages. So when you can demonstrate, brush your teeth, and then doing the same action, you say sa ezegi. It has a way of making it stick better for sure. So you can also see eze. Now for letter E, the E sound in the Igbo alphabet. So typically you have e, but sometimes you do have e, like ego. Ego is money. Eze is teeth, so it's the lighter E and then there's a deeper E. So, but the focus is the lighter one because that is the one that is more commonly used. It's just with the English alphabet, you have A for apple or antelope, but you also have A like in ape or acorn. So A is less frequently occurring. So when you're teaching kids, you want to make sure you're giving them the one that is more frequently occurring, which is also why we don't have capital letter, small letter here, just to focus on the letter itself, because the smaller lowercase letters are more frequently occurring. So most Montessori books, you would see, they would start off with that focus, especially on the alphabets, on the smaller lowercase letters, and not trying to have big, small, and all that, which could get confusing for younger kids at the initial stage when your focus is teaching letter sounds. So, eze. Okay, so we go to the next vowel sound. So this, we have two eyes, so to speak. This is I, and this is the second one with a dot under is I. So I and I. So we're going to get the examples. Iko, iko. So see the tone marks. Iko. And that's a cup. Again, the pronunciation here is a guide if you forget. Iko. Now you can also try to give some examples like le iko, si, cup. We're not focusing so much on grammar right now, but even le iko is correct enough. And it's just very simple and short. So you can say le iko, le this, le that. You point at whatever it is you're pointing at. Le anya, le imi, le onu. You can also say jide iko, so hold a cup. Jide iko, hold a cup. Le iko, look at a cup. Le iko. And then we look at the other I, which is I. So the other one was I, iko. And this is I, ba. So you see the tone mark is going down, ba. So that's deep. And this is a drum. Okay, of course we trace it, make the dots. You can also trace this on salt for more reinforcement of learning. Being able to include action as much as possible when you're teaching letter sounds, and even not making it look like teaching, but just playing with these letter sounds is very good. And again, using the flashcards which correspond with, okay, so this is for ah. But typically the flashcards that we have match the size of the ones in the book exactly, which means you can easily have them practice with it. So eba. So this is eba compared to iko. So I and e. Okay, we go to the next vowel sound. Again, we have two O's. So this is O. Unlike the English alphabet where this will be O, this says O. And then the one with the dot is the one that sounds like the English alphabet, which is O. So if you compare this with E and E, you will notice that the one with a dot under is usually lighter or sounds lighter. So this is O. Odo. Odo, referring to the mortar. This one is called akaudo, so that's the hand of the mortar, or what is used for turning anyways. So this is odo. Notice the tone marks. Odo, with the pronunciation there. And the other hand, you have o. So this one is o, with the pronunciation of the letter o. And here we have oka. Remember the other one was odo. This is oka. Now o is lighter than o. So just to remember that. Of course, you can watch this video multiple times and then you teach your children. Oka, corn. For oka, we can say ta oka, eat corn. Hopefully someone won't tell you to ta oka like that, because you might be worried what's in the oka that they are telling you to ta oka. So but ta oka really is eat corn, chew corn. You can say rie oka, but ta is very simple and straightforward. Again, we're just focusing on putting it in a sentence so that it's making it very easy to just see that, okay, this is a word that is easy to use. So the next vowel sound we are going to U, which is U and O. We also have two of that. I have that open. U. I'll just show us quickly that there is also the next one, O. So U and O. Also notice the transliteration, train how to pronounce it. U and O. So this is Ugo. Ugo. So that's deep, going down. You see the tone marks again. Ugo. All right, so that's an eagle. Shout out to my brother whose name is Ugo. I have other brothers as well, but just picking on this name. Okay. Of course, we can say Lekwa Ugo. You know, if you see one flying in the air, good for you. Lekwa Ugo. Le Ugo. See eagle. See the eagle. Ugo ne fenelu. Eagle is flying, you know, up in the sky. And then we have O with the dots under. For house, we have Olo. Notice the tone marks. Olo. Getting familiar with the tone marks will actually help you pick up on even new words. Of course, when you're reading other Igbo books that might be more advanced, you may not see the tone marks all the time, but at least for this book, this makes it easier as you get familiar with how it goes. Olo. So that's the pronunciation. And there you have it. So that's the last of the vowel sounds we are looking at for today. You can say bianolo, come to the house. Bianolo, bianolo, come to the house. And that is it. So next time we're going to look at more parts of the book, but I think this is a really wonderful book because we wrote basically the Igbo alphabet using the Montessori approach, which is my favorite, definitely. And it has the real pictures, very beautiful. It's already our daughter's favorite. We have two daughters, two beautiful daughters who are enjoying using this book at home, 2 years and 4 years old. So you can even start reading this to your baby, let them play with it, let them look at the pictures. We know, with what we know about language, the earlier the better. 0 to 1, in fact, you want to make sure they're already hearing these Igbo sounds. And this video is for you, the parents. It's not for you to put your child in front of it and say, learn the alphabet, No matter how good or how bad you think you're pronouncing it, you're probably going to do a better job, and they're going to learn it even better by listening to you, watching you, doing some of these actions that we have recommended, both in this video and even when you get the flashcards. I have a series of activities that have also been included for you to practice this. So let me know in the comments section what other videos you would like to see around this book. And if you have your copy, kudos to you. Make sure you also get a gift for your neighbor, for your Igbo speaking, Igbo learning family and friends. So until next time, Kode, I'll see you all again soon.